I am going to show you how to do this fishtail braid with swapping strand. Now this braid can easily be mistaken for a 4-strand braid, but it's not that difficult. It is actually just a 2-strand braid of fishtail with swapping strands. I will be using my newly designed 9-core braids braiding cap, where I have included a mirrored section. What makes this a mirrored section are the paired colors and that their order are mirrored. Now let's do a quick recap on how to do a fishtail braid before doing a fishtail braid with swapping strand. A fishtail braid is simply having the paired colors crisscross. So yellow from the outside goes to inner left, left yellow from the outside goes to inner right, and they're just crisscrossing. The paired colors crisscross. Red is going to crisscross, and pink is going to crisscross. And this is your fishtail braid. For a fishtail braid with swapping strand, we are still going to crisscross the paired colors. But before they crisscross, we're going to swap the strand with the strand right next to it. In this case, yellow is going to swap with orange. Orange is going to swap with red. Red is going to swap with pink. So let's get started. We're going to bring yellow to the inner left, but before it goes there, we're going to swap it with orange by going behind orange, now going to the inner left. Next is yellow on the left. It's going to go to the inner right, but before that it's going to swap with orange. Now it's going to travel to the inner right. Orange is next. Orange is going to swap with red by going behind it, and now orange is going to travel to inner left. Orange from the left is going to swap with red by going behind it, now going over to inner right. So now the oranges have crisscrossed. Next is red. Red is going to swap with pink, and on the left, red is going to swap with pink, allowing for reds to crisscross. Pink's turn. Pink is going to swap with yellow, moving on to inner left. And pink from the left is going to swap with yellow, traveling to inner right. Next is yellow. Yellow is going to swap with orange, and yellow on the left is going to swap with orange. So the paired colors are still crisscrossing like a fishtail braid, but before they crisscross, they're going to swap with the strand that's right next to it. Orange's turn. Orange is going to swap with red to cross over to the left, and orange on the left is going to swap with red to cross over to the right. Red is going to swap with pink, and red on the left is going to swap with pink, and now they're crisscrossed. Pink as a pair. Pink is going to swap with yellow to cross to the left, and pink on the left is going to swap with yellow to now cross over to the inner right. And this is how you do a fishtail braid with swapping strands. Let's go ahead and try this now on a mannequin head. On the mannequin head, I went ahead and I grabbed the crown area and I tied it right here so that we can braid down the middle. To make it easier to transition from braiding cap to mannequin head, I went ahead and provided you with color-coded hair ties. We're going to replicate those 8 sections. The easiest way to divide 8 even sections is to start with 2. So we're going to take the hair, divide it into 2 even sections. This will be my left strand and my right strand. I'm going to put the left to the side. I'm going to work with the right hand strand. To divide this into 4 even sections, I need to divide it into 2. Making sure they're even, I'm now going to divide this one into 2 even sections and 2 even sections. This will be my yellow, this will be my orange. I'm going to tie the hair tie twice around the hair, just enough so that it stays, but loose enough so that I can push it down as I braid. Now that I got my yellow and my orange, it's time to divide for red and pink. So dividing this section into 2, making sure it's even. So the right hand side has been perfectly divided into 4. I'm going to repeat the same process for the left strand, dividing into 2 and then dividing those 2 into 2. I now have my 2 strands divided into 4 pairs of colors. This is going to help with keeping my sections nicely separated and help us keep track. We are ready to start the fishtail braid with swapping strand. So let's go ahead and start with yellow. Yellows as a pair are going to crisscross, but before they do, they need to swap places with orange. So we're swapping by going behind orange. Left hand side, yellow, swapping with orange from behind and crossing over to inner right. Pushing down my hair ties to give me more room. Orange's turn, they're going to crisscross. First, orange from the right is going to go behind red, swapping. Now going over to inner left, and orange from the left is going to swap with red from behind, traveling over to inner right. Pushing down my hair ties. Red's turn to crisscross. Red from the right is going to swap with pink by going behind it, then crossing over to inner left. And red from the left is going to swap with pink, now crossing over to inner right. Moving down my hair ties. Pink's turn, they are going to crisscross. Pink is going to swap with yellow on the right, and pink on the left is going to swap with yellow to go to inner right. So now all of the strands have been weaved through the braid, which means that now they're all nicely separated. So I no longer need my color-coded hair ties for separation purposes. You can keep the color-coded hair ties on so that you can keep track of the sections. I'm going to go ahead and remove the hair ties. Here are all my strands. I got my yellow, my orange, my red, and my pink nicely separated. So let's keep going. It is yellow's turn. Yellows are going to cross over, but first they're going to swap with orange. Here's my yellow swapping with orange. Orange's turn to crisscross. Here's my orange swapping with my red, crossing over. Orange on my left, swapping with my red, crossing over to my right. Pink's turn to cross over. Here's my pink, swapping with yellow to go to inner left. Here's my pink on the left, swapping with yellow to cross to inner right. And let's go ahead and do one more. Here's yellow, swapping with orange to cross to inner left. Here's my yellow, swapping with orange to go to inner right. And if your braid starts looking tight, all you have to do is hang on to your strands and massage your braid, and they'll start to loosen and lay flat. And this is how you do your fishtail braid with swapping strand. It is not a 4-strand braid, even though it looks like it. It's just as simple as a fishtail braid with swapping strands.